There are some, believe it or not, who are saying this morning you should be masking up again, that COVID is beginning to spread and it is the safe thing to do. Of course, others are saying no way, no how, not going to do it. We're going to get some clarity now from Fox News correspondent Rik Heller joining us live. Rik, what's going on?
Well, it's spreading, and it's not just because of this new strain. COVID spreads, and it spreads very well, and we see that flu even doesn't spread as well, because when we did this crazy thing of shutdowns a couple of years ago, we had no flu. So with regard to masking, it does have some benefit. It's just really a personal issue and then a public spread problem, but it's so small, the benefit from that. And there's some other really bigger things that would help us not to spread if we would just pay attention to them.
So what are some of those things?
So one of the first things that I've noticed in talking to people and including media is what fever means. And people think that fever is the outcome of this viral infection, and if you can get down fever, you can get down the infection. And it's quite the opposite. Fever is your immune system suppressing and trying to put away that virus or infection that you have. So we need to keep that in mind, because we shouldn't be treating fever. I mean, there are plenty of over-the-counter things you can use with a headache and whatever, but not at all with infection. And I'm not saying everything, but mostly the things that we think lower our temperature. And the temperatures that matter, and I'll give you a real surprising thing, is not 100.4 or 99.5 Fahrenheit. Our average temperature for adults is 97.7 Fahrenheit measured orally. But more interestingly is anybody over 65, and get this is really interesting and well studied, anybody over 65 with 95% confidence are infected at 98.6 Fahrenheit. I went to elementary school in Miami, and that's where I learned about 98.6.
Sure.
And it's not real.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Talk to me about the intersection here, because I know that this is on a lot of folks' mind this morning. You've got RSV, you've got the flu, you've got COVID, the tripledemic. Is that really something that folks should be concerned about, or is that a lot of media hype that we're contributing to right now?
Well, these are still small percentages, but they grow at this amazing rate for just subtle little things. And by the way, masking can keep that growth down, but they're much bigger issues than that. So I think in perspective, the biggest thing is ultimately who is actually spreading this stuff. And it's not you who may be infected or me who may be infected. It's only 10% of the infected that are spreading it to the rest of us. And those 10% are not unique people. They call them super spreaders, academically. But what they are, they're just people who go out in public who are clearly symptomatic, at least they know in their own mind, sick. And those are the people that spread to at least 10 people. And it may take a day, it may take a shift at work and then going out to the grocery store, but those are the people that are causing this. And masks won't do what people who are sick can stay home, and what that will do in terms of limiting the amount of spread.
Rik, just 30 seconds or so left. Are masks forever tainted as being controversial and political, or do you think there are enough folks out there who will wear them that it's something that could help us down the road again?
Well, everyone who does helps. Everyone who gets a vaccination, you can tell because of China and the U.S. vaccination. China doesn't have our vaccine, and they are just in a horrible situation like we were 2 years ago. So anything that we can do to stop it helps. But the big things are the ones I just mentioned, and masks are not at the top of that list.
All right, medical expert Rik Heller joining us live this morning. As always, thanks for the time.